many years it was played, and the counselors had a special thing they did. We sort of got away from it, but we're going to try to bring it back this year. The song, you may be familiar with it. It's called Rock Around the Clock. So we're going to rock around the clock tonight, and we're going to rock all night. Got it? How about, all right, the boys' state band, we're going to see how this goes. Guys may need to make a little room. Okay, we can get the guys outside coming in. They're doing this for you guys. I want to thank the counselors for making that effort there. God bless you. Brings back a lot of memories for me. I remember the first year I did that in 1980. I was in that kick line and I broke my new pair of glasses. Takes a lot more work than you think it does. Guys, here's your officer of the day, Art Zeckler. Have a great night.
Good evening, Boys State. We have a wonderful evening in front of us. I'm really excited about the convention. Hope it goes well for all of us. At this time, I give you your governor, Carlo Perry.
All right, you guys ready to have some fun tonight? Yeah! That's what I thought. All right. Before we get this started, we gotta do it the right way. Prayer, Pledge of Allegiance, National Anthem. For the pledge, Nate Taylor from Preston Cottage. For the prayer, Jonathan Stadola from Harrison. And for the national anthem, we're going to go Raphael Copeland from Kanawha.
Boys State is reverent. If you would all please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for another wonderful, safe day at Boys State. Please continue to watch over us as this week continues and as these general elections take place tonight. Place your hand on these voters gathered here tonight that they may make the best decision and vote for the best candidate in the best interest for Boys State. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hi, everyone. Please stand and place your hand over your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please recite it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, guys.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and white stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Then the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Very nice, gentlemen. At this time, we'll have the news broadcast.
Athletic competitions continue today between the Boys State cottages. Here are some highlights of this afternoon's sporting activities.
Can I have your attention, please? Is this thing working? Because I'm concerned about the candidates that get up here and speak, whether you're going to be able to hear them or not. Can you hear? Okay. Hey, we have some rules for the night. Each party's allotted 25 minutes. And the 25 minutes to present their platform, their candidates, and whatever else they want to do in that 25 minutes begins as soon as the first party person utters the first sound out of their mouth. I was going to say word, but the first sound. We have a timer somewhere. It's going to be Art. He's got a variety of signs. We start off, I think we'll go to 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, and a 0. And when you get to 0, you're done. Got it? Now, when a candidate or a speaker has the floor, the mic, I want both parties, out of respect, to give that person your complete attention. Please. It takes a lot of courage to stand up here and speak. Please give the person your complete attention. Now, if that person wants you to get involved, get engaged, and they encourage that, then feel free to get involved and get engaged. But what we don't want to have is one side disrupting the other side's candidates. And I think that's about all I have to say. Sit back and enjoy the evening, and I hope you make a well-informed decision for all offices when you go exercise your right to vote later this evening. Thank you.
Okay, this evening we'll begin with the Federalists, correct? And then you'll go second, the Nationalists. May I have the Federalist campaign chairman?
Good evening, citizens of the 2016 Boys State. My name is Daniel Devine. I am the chairman of the Federalist Party. I've had the pleasure of meeting at least all of the Federalists so far. I have not met as many nationalists, but I sure do hope to meet you throughout the week. And I'm pleased to have become the chairman and be in the position to lead these great men. So, what we have is our state candidates. I would like to show our state candidates to all of you. They'll talk later on. We'll show you our platform. First, I would like to give you a little brief introduction of the Federalist Party. I have created a little, not I, we of course, created a unified party. A party supporting our governor candidate, and a party which you can, nationalists, support if you so please to, if you're discontent with maybe your own candidates. Now I'd like to introduce our 6 candidates for our state positions. For Secretary of State, we have Cam White. For Auditor, we have Dewey Brown. For Treasurer, we have Andrew Brown. Plus. Attorney General, we have Jacob Pipe It Up Earl. Commissioner of Agriculture, we have Evan Cash Crop Allen. And now, citizens of Boys State, I would like to present to you the next governor of American Legion Mountaineers Boys State, Niall Deal. Deal, will you join me on stage? And now if you've seen in the Mountaineer newspaper, page 6, we have our party platform if you'd like to follow along. Would you like to present the platform, or do you want to? All right. So, first of all, we have our education portion of our platform. We would like to end Common Core and Smarter Balance testing, as well as provide free vocational schooling to all students at an earlier age. Middle school, late elementary school, get them early. For economics, we would like to legalize marijuana and place high taxes on them. Just like in Colorado, we can get our state out of debt. We would not like to increase taxes on natural gases and oils, as well as not provide government funds to local farms in order to purchase supplies. We would like to offer tax breaks to local businesses, companies, small businesses, so they can compete against corporate giants, as well as give tax breaks to companies who hire veterans. For the infrastructure, we need to spend money within our state so we can solve the problems of our state. Instead of fixing problems cheaply for a temporary time, we want to save the money and fix them permanently. Instead of temporarily patching up a road, permanently fix it. For constitutional protections, we support the Second Amendment and every citizen's right to own a gun. We want very few restrictions for purchasing any sort of gun. And we would like to strengthen the state government. The federal government has too much authority over each entity in the United States, and we would like for the state government to have more power within their own state. And now I'd like to invite Mountain Dew, Dewey Brown, say a few words.
Afternoon, gentlemen. I'm running for auditor. Is this thing on? Y'all can hear me good? I'm running for auditor for the Federalist Party. Let's make some noise, guys. As auditor, I will be on the West Virginia Board of Investments, and I promise to invest as much money as possible into clean coal research to get jobs back into West Virginia. I would also like to state for all the nationalists that I promise that I will try and have a good relation no matter what party you are or no matter what cabin you are. I really want to know all of you, no matter what your party, no matter what your cabin. I want to know you guys and represent you all well. Also, I am in charge of taxes as auditor, and as already stated, we would like to collect taxes on marijuana once we legalize it. We would not like to raise gas taxes, and we would like to tax exempt for corporations that employ veterans and small businesses so that they can compete with large corporations. Now, I'm singing a cappella, guys. I don't need a beat. No beat, please. All right. Please, everyone, stand up for me. Y'all too, come on. All right. Everybody in the 304, throw your hands up from the sky to the floor. Come on, everybody in the 304, throw your hands up. Okay. Now what does an auditor do? Because I know that dude doesn't have a clue. When it comes to the taxes, he doesn't know what the facts is. I'm gonna make annual reports and cross ankles on the courts. I'm gonna account the depositories while you listen to my stories of how I pull all the sexy shorties. To be the Secretary of Commission, all I gotta do is beat Nero, and to be honest, that ain't a hard mission. I'm the best addition for the examining requisition, so when you make your decision for the land supervision, vote Mountain Dewey Brown for auditor. Hold up. Hey yo, Nero, you can't mess with this Fed. So do us all a favor and just go back to your bed.
Thank you, Dewey, for those words of inspiration. And now I will invite all our candidates, one by one, to give a few words, tell especially the Nationalist Party about themselves, why they should vote for them. So, first of all, Secretary of State, Cam White.
Excuse me. All right, I want to start with, my name's Camden White. Cam White, Panhandle. Shout out to Panhandle. That's right. Hey, Panhandle holds it down from day one. All right, so, Secretary of State. I render to the governor, which is basically, I do whatever the governor tells me to. Sounds crappy, I know. But, moral of the story is, I think of myself as a leader, so at the same time as I render to the governor, I feel like whoever a governor is, we're having a good relationship, and I'm going to be able to talk through things with him at the same time as he'll tell me what to do. Another thing we do is we fill jobs. So I'm the guy you want to come to for a job if you're in the unemployment. I won't be able to get everybody one, but I can try my best. I know that for sure. When I'm looking through the Nationalist Party platform, we have a lot of similarities in the Federalist and the Nationalist. We all want the same thing, kinda, with the vocational and technical school and gun control and just stuff like that. I see Nationalists as the same as Federalists, and I want to know everyone, just like Dewey said. It's going to be the story of the night because I know the 5 other people running with me from the Federalist side sees you guys as equals, and that's how we run our party. Yeah, party. So that's pretty much all I have to say is vote for me, and I promise I won't steer you wrong. Yeah, that's vote Cam White.
Thank you, Cam. Next. Oh, whoops. Where did Dewey Brown go? Bathroom? All right, let's go back. We'll go back to him, don't worry. Next we have Andrew Susbus Brown running for treasurer.
Did you finish that? Ever started that? Okay. All right, my name is Andrew Slusser, not Andrew Brown. Just a typo. It's all right. And I'm running for state treasurer. My friends typically call me Sluss, and that's how I got the name Sluss Bus. I'm the current student body president of East Fairmont, and I've been the treasurer for many organizations, so I understand how to circulate money and how money works in government. As treasurer, I'll have many jobs like working with agencies to collect state money, investing money for certain bonds, and working with finance committees to report all balances. These are all tasks I'm willing to complete and give my maximum effort to. I would really like this job, and I appreciate all of your votes, whether Federalist or Nationalist. We're all equal. So vote Andrew Slusser, and all aboard the Sluss Bus.
Andrew Slusser. Next we have Jacob Bagpipe It Up Earl running for Attorney General.
All right, guys. How were those bagpipes just a few seconds ago? Actually, oh my gosh. I guess I've never played to an audience of completely deaf people. Okay. No, that was me. Okay. Well, I guess my name is Jacob Earl, and I'm running for Attorney General for the Federalist Party. Before I start, I'd just like to warn you that this speech might be complete dookie. But that's all right. I've never really been one for speeches, but that's all right, because I'm not a man of my word. Instead, I'm a man of my actions. So, while I could stand up here and tell you about my qualifications, I'd prefer to let my actions speak for me. I prefer to let my 6-year struggle to become an Eagle Scout, becoming a better leader and citizen in the process, speak to my dedication to this nation, this state, and its ideals. I prefer to let my night-long sessions poring over textbooks of U.S. history and government speak to both my knowledge of and fascination with law and its proper application. And I'd prefer to let the impromptu debates in 10th grade English class where, despite a clear minority opinion, I stuck stalwartly to my views and what I knew to be right. And I'd prefer to let that speak to my dedication to truth and justice. Upon taking the office of Attorney General, I won't say some empty promises about what I plan to do with the state. Instead, I'll act immediately to set that plan in motion. Not only will I stand to defend this great state from those who wish it harm, I will also speak to our leaders, to our governor, and to our Supreme Court justices. On the behalf of not just Federalists, not just Nationalists, but all of you guys, to our citizens, and especially to our veterans, to get you the justice you deserve. So, before I finish, I wasn't blessed with a pun-worthy last name. Pancake, I honestly love you, guy, and your name is definitely not a flop. However, I know that I don't need one to be the best man to serve you guys. So, if you're in, pipe it up with me. Pipe it up for justice, pipe it up for truth, and most of all, pipe it up for this great state we're going to build together. Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Next we have Evan Allen running for Commissioner of Agriculture. I agree wholeheartedly with him about action and about things I've done to represent me. Around 4 years ago, I began a history with a local volunteer organization that had a goal of raising the health statistics of West Virginia. Beginning with local fun runs and 5Ks, this organization has now led to having a nationally accredited community garden and farmers market. My dealings with these men and women have changed my life in an innumerable number of ways, and now I hope that you'll let me use what I've learned to help yours. You, the great Mountaineers of West Virginia, deserve a fantastic Commissioner of Agriculture. And while I can't promise that you all like me the best, I can promise you I'll receive my best. So when you go to vote today, remember the guy with the $ on his name tag, Evan Cash Crop Allen. Thank you. And now, gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the next governor, Niall Deal.
All right, guys. So I'm not one for preparing speeches. So I was just sitting over there thinking about what to say. And the first thing I want to say is I'm going to need one volunteer. So raise your hand if you would like to volunteer. Probably going to go for a nationalist. All right. Brian, come up here. I don't really need the mic. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Let me show you something. Look at this. All right. You guys know what this is? $20 bill. All right? Now, Ryan, if I told you I was going to give you one of these, would you care which one I gave you? No, sir. Do you know where they were created? They're probably created in different places. Probably not the same, but they're worth the same. Just like our parties. Our parties aren't the same. They don't have the same name. You shouldn't worry about what party. You should vote for who you think is the best, who you think can lead you. Now, I want to promise that I'm going to lead you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you 20, Ryan. All right. I would like to assure you all that I will give you my very best. I will give you everything I have in this position. I would like to visit each and every one of you, though how hard it might be. I'd like to visit each and every one of you and realize your ideas. Marquise, football games. I got you, man. The Monroe cabin. I came and talked to you guys. I talked to the Panhandle cabin. I came and talked to almost all of the cabins. I did my best to get around. It was rather hard. But I just want you all to keep in mind who you think will be the best to run Boys State when you're at the polls tonight. And I want you to remember that you need the real deal. It's not just a coincidence that my name's the Deal, because I'm a big deal. You got to think about it. All right. I'd appreciate your vote. And pull in a JFK.
All right. Thank you, Boys State, for listening to our little speeches about running for candidacy and our party platform. Now, I'd just like to say one thing to the counselors. I'd like to apologize for this big mess. We got a little into the spirit, you know. But I'd like to make a deal about who's going to clean it up. How about the losers cleaning it up, right? Whoever loses, I'm not saying who's going to lose. Federalists will clean it up.
Everybody cleans it up. How about that? Does that work?
Everyone clean it up. I'll put out a hand of good grace. Federalists clean it up. And I can only imagine by this time the counselors are tired of seeing me. I doubt they like me much for causing such a ruckus. So, with that, I'd like to close the Federalist portion of this assembly. And I truly hope that when you go to the polls, you don't pick Nationalists or Federalists, but who you truly believe is the best candidate out there. You'll see speeches from the Nationalist side, and you've seen the speeches from the Federalist side. You know who's running, and I hope that you pick someone who you know will do a good job and lead us and represent us respectively. Thank you.
Okay. It's time for the Federalist, the Nationalist. You have 25 minutes. Federalists, please give them the respect that they gave you. At this time, I'll bring up Keaton Cooper.
Blanks, please take your position on stage. State candidates, please fill the seats. While we're rating, I'd like to congratulate Daniel, the chairman of the Federalist. I don't know where he is now. Great job, dude. Great job. Congratulations to you all, and good luck. Good evening, gentlemen. I first want to take a moment and thank the Nationalist Party for giving me the opportunity to represent you. The Nationalist Party platform has been crafted to suit the needs of every citizen in the state of West Virginia. From the veterans who have served our country to give us this freedom to be here tonight, to the millennials that we need to support for full education and opportunities to grow as citizens. This platform has been designed to help you all, to help our veterans. At the end of the day, our objectives are the same. We are all here to help the state of West Virginia. Thank you all for your time. I'm going to give it over to my planks.
Where's my Nationalist Party? Come on, guys. Here we go. Yeah. All right. I'm here to tell you guys about our first plank. The Nationalist Party would like to present for the first plank is the reform of the education system. We plan to provide funding to all levels of education. This includes lower, higher, primary, secondary, and even Head Start. The education of the children of West Virginia is crucial to us. We would like to provide as much support to this cause as we possibly can. With all of your support, we can provide the best education here at Boys State. Regardless of your party now, you can still vote for all of our candidates, as aforementioned. You can vote for our candidates that you'll meet soon. So make sure to use that to your advantage. Thank you, guys.
Our veterans have done so much for this country, from its early beginnings in the Revolutionary War, through keeping it unified in the Civil War, through World War II, and today the efforts to fight against terrorism and to maintain our freedoms from those evils. So we've got to go out and we have to thank our veterans. But just saying thank you is not enough. On behalf of the Nationalist Party and on behalf of everyone, I'd like to say thank you to all the veterans in attendance. But in the Nationalist Party, we're going to take it a step further beyond just saying thank you. We're going to put this into action through reforms of the VA. One of the biggest causes of death for veterans is suicide after they return from battle. So we're going to bring more money into suicide prevention to protect our veterans. We're also going to help them put more money funding into programs to help them reintegrate into civilian life, because that's something very important, is to take care of our heroes. After they've taken care of us, we have to take care of them. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dustin Travis, and one of the main parts of nationalism is gun control. We believe that only people who get guns should be those who, only people who, God, only people. One of the main tenets of nationalism is gun control. We believe that only people who get guns are those who should. We believe in mandatory classes for gun users, especially handgun and concealed carry, because those who use guns should know how to use them, which reduces accidents. We believe in mandatory background checks for every gun buyer, for every gun bought, to keep guns from being in the wrong hands, from those who are unstable or harmful to American society. Most importantly, the Nationalist Party extols the ideal of common sense, which all guns should always be operated with. And whether you're Federalist or Nationalist, we can both agree on the same thing. Guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Hello, my name is Raphael Copeland. I'm from Gilmer Cabin, and I think one thing that as both nationalists and federalists we can both agree on is that the American healthcare system just isn't really cutting it. And so one of our platforms is to make major reforms to the American welfare system so that it works a bit better. Now, what we mean is that we want to set a 6-month time limit. We don't want it to go on forever. That way you can just keep using it and abusing it. And we also would like to see mandatory drug tests so that we know that the money received from welfare is not used towards drugs.
Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Farrell, and my plank is about equality. The Nationalist Party recognizes equality for every individual. The human rights of the people help maintain the balance of respect. Every individual, man and woman, can create a humane society by showing their fellow Americans their support they deserve. We cannot turn a blind eye to discrimination and still say that we are an equal community. The Nationalist Party wants to ally us all, because without equality, we will never be one. That is how we can become a great state and a great nation. Thank you.
To those of you who don't know me, I am Ian the Teeth Avis. If you don't know, ask Braxton boys. We know how it is. I'm here to talk to you about one of the planks of my party, the Nationalist Party, and this is the legalization of marijuana. Both parties move to legalize marijuana. In the first physical year of legalizing marijuana, Colorado made $250 million off the taxation of cannabis sativa. Do we know what the state debt is? Anybody? 267 million and some change in there somewhere. That means in a perfect world, in a single year and maybe a month, we'd be out of national debt. We can pay for these education reforms. We can pay for all of this. Yeah, with this, we would have to get stricter on DUIs. We would have to push an age limit of 21 because kids like you and me, we don't need this stuff, man. If you are here, you will do something great. You don't need this stuff. The only reason we're pushing for it is so we have bigger, better, and brighter tomorrows. Thank you.
All right. For our last plan for the Nationalist Party, we have the plan for the land and the mineral rights. I'm not sure if anyone does. By a show of hands, does anyone understand the mineral rights in West Virginia? Okay, so it's not a lot. Basically, what it's basically saying is that companies can come in, buy the mineral rights from a private person, and if you're living on the land, you might not own your mineral rights, so you might not get any of the money. we propose that we would have a 3.5% tax on those people, on those that sell your mineral rights under your own land, so that when you need your money, the private companies are going to pay that person who sold your mineral rights, and you're not going to gain some of the money from your maybe even your neighbor, so that your neighbor isn't going to gain all this money. And that way your private companies aren't getting a ton of resources, because private companies are big companies. They don't really need all that money. And your neighbor's going to get a lot of money, but you need that too, because in West Virginia with the debt, a lot of West Virginians have debt too. And so as nationalists, we do believe that to help out with the poverty in the state, that we should have a little tax so that we can get more money from our mineral rights. Thank you.
How's everybody doing tonight? You guys having a good time? All right, Dewey, between your bathroom signs and your pretty awesome rhymes, I was pretty impressed. That was pretty awesome. So I'll do one for myself, just a quick line. So the feds want all to see that they'd cover a wall and waste some trees, but in fact us gnats snack on you whack MCs like you're a blue box of mac and cheese. Nationalists, let's give us a hand to all these gentlemen that have introduced our planks. And how about that band? Woo! All right, basically the Nationalist Party, we are embodying the core values of Boys States. We're talking about our youth. We're talking about Americanism. We're here to get stuff done. Plus we have Cole Pancake. It's the man right here. All right, ain't no flop. So I encourage you all to listen to these candidates that are about to come up. We're going to have Ian introduce all of them. I want you to listen to what they're saying and see if you agree, and vote for who you think is going to represent your opinions the best in this election. Thank you guys so much. Ian?
Okay, all we ask as a party, please hold your applause to the end. You guys as well. Okay. West Virginia, it's a beautiful, it's a bright, it's a gorgeous country, and it's perfect for farming. It's gorgeous. But I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm a city boy. I'll tell you somebody that does. I give you Hayden Miller.
Hey guys, I'm Hayden Miller, and I'm running for Commissioner of Agriculture for the Nationalist Party. First things first, the Nationalist Party pretty much was all in agreement that there needs to be more push for programs like FFA and 4-H in our state. I go to Bridgeport High School. We don't have an FFA program. A thing that the Nationalists stand for is equality. That's not equality. We need to have equal opportunity for everybody to be involved in different things, whether it be 4-H, FFA, anything, to make a diverse school environment. Second point is we need to bring back agriculture in this state. It used to be a huge part of the state and a staple of our economy. We need to get back to local farmers supporting our state. We talked earlier about the health benefits, that knowing where your food comes from. That's a huge part in many problems for us. We're at the bottom of the food chain on every single statistic about health. We need to get that fixed. Gentlemen, I'm here today to run for your Commissioner of Agriculture to grow Boise State to new levels that it has never seen. I'm Hayden Miller, and I'm running for Commissioner of Agriculture. We are farmers. Thank you.
I present to you next the not a flop Attorney General of the Nationalist Party, who does know how to, pipe it up once in a while. I give you Cole Pancake.
All right, boys, it's Pancake from Panhandle. I keep it short and sweet here. I saw some counselor in the back snoozing. Listen, whether you got here because your last name's Pancake or you play the bagpipe wherever that's from, I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. We're all Americans. I grew up, my dad's a lawyer. I know what I'm doing. I've been around law all my life. I have a pretty good understanding. I'm going to be the best lawyer that Boise State has ever seen. I'm going to represent this community. I'm going to represent Boise State, and I'm going to represent America. Let's shake and bake for Pancake. Let's go crack some skulls.
Hey guys, be sure to hold applause. All of us. We're just trying to get through this fast. We're packed. Okay. Nobody's good with money anymore. The nation's not. The state's not. Heck, for all we know, most of us aren't going to be here in the next year with college loans. But I'll tell you somebody that is. I give you Pirate Wesley Dickinson.
All right, my name is Wesley Pirate Dickinson. I'm running for treasurer so I can save your guys' booty. All right, that's what I'm here for. Look at your guys' name tags. It's blue or it's red. It has numbers on it. But they all have names on them as well. If you don't, well, then you didn't get a name when you were born. But if you do have a name, that means something. That means something to every single person in this room, and that means something to me. Because I stand for each and every single one of you. No matter how big the voice, no matter how small, I stand for what is right, and I will do what is right. I will fund back into the schools, back for the veterans, and back for anything else that you need, really. So vote for me, Wesley the Pirate.
I'm going to start out like this. Dewey, I love you, dude. We're both from Braxton, but here it goes. With people like Dewey, you'd need a hero. Don't waste your vote. Give it to Nero.
All right, fellas. All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm not, all right? I'm not a rapper, all right? I'm not a poet. I'm not a lawyer, all right? But I will be an auditor, okay? And I'm going to tell you what I am. I'm a visionary, all right? I'm a person who believes that one person can change something, all right? I'm a dreamer. That's what I am. Now I'm going to tell you about the logistics of it, okay? As an auditor, I will enforce the provisions of the security laws for the benefit of the state and its citizens, you all. Not just Federalists, not just Nationalists, all Boise State. That's me. That's my job, okay? Also, in addition to that, through financial compliance and special audits, I will oversee and ensure that local government funds are used for the good of the people. Thank you.
I've been witty all evening. I've at least tried to be. This guy, he's serious. He stands up for what he knows for. I can't even make a joke about it. I give you Eric Johnson.
Thank you for the introduction. Friends, Romans, West Virginians, lend me your ears! As you know, my name is Eric Johnson, and I am running for Secretary of State. Before I begin, I would like to thank my fellow nationalists for their support during yesterday's primary. But this speech is not just for nationalists or federalists, but for all of our citizens of Boise State. My friends, yesterday I set forth a vision for Boise State, a vision of inclusiveness, a vision of community. In short, a vision of excellence. Today, I make you a pledge. If elected Secretary of State, I pledge to you, both Federalists and Nationalists, that we will achieve this vision. As the best and brightest of West Virginia, we can achieve great things if we work together. Vote Eric Johnson for Secretary of State. And go Boise State! USA! 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 USA!
Okay, this is the man and the time you've been waiting for. The man, the myth, the legend. I give you, dang Daniel Redmond Bennett.
Well, clearly the Nationalists already know me. The Federalists, some of you do. I know Hugo over there knows me. He's a championship milk drinker, just so you know. First of all, while I'm up here, I'd like to give a shout out to the Almighty God for bringing me this far. And second of all, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who's ran for office, because it takes balls to come up here and talk. So thank you. Third of all, I'd like to say that if I am elected, I will not be wearing a suit because, like I said, I'm one of you guys. I feel a suit would suggest a special status or something, and I don't want to suggest anything like that because I'll just wear the same thing I've been wearing, same thing you guys are wearing, because we're equal. And I'd also like to say that I'm here not just for Nationalist Party, but for Boise State itself because, well, Boise State, we're all here at Boise State together, okay? We're not here separated. I mean, sure, we have red and blue name tags, but I mean, that's just the only difference that we have. Other than that, we're all people. I mean, the party separation thing, it's kind of fun, but when you get down to the politics part of it, you can't be going, oh, I can't talk to him, he's blue. Oh, no, I'm gonna go over here in the corner, or yeah, you can't be like that. So I'll be fair for both parties. And how much time do I have?
Just cut it when you want.
Whatever you need to.
Whatever you need to.
3 minutes? 3. All right. I'm gonna keep. You want me to keep going? All right. They said 3. To be honest, I don't know what else to say. I'd like to give another special shout out to Neil. Is that how you pronounce it? Niall. All right. Because he's made it just as far as me, and that's an accomplishment. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. And lastly, I'd like to say that you can vote for whoever you want, whether it be me or Niall. And thank you for letting me stand up here, and thank you for letting all of us stand up here and listening to us. God bless you all, and let's have a nice night.
Thank you all. And there you have it, our nationalist candidates. Thank you guys so much.
Both parties, you did a real nice job. I'm real proud of both of you for getting up here and speaking and supporting each other. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, this evening we have one more thing to go over, one more event. Your time's up. Okay, we're going to have the governor's debate. All right, now, gentlemen, let's give them the same respect as they're answering these questions. Be quiet, listen attentively, and support them. At this time, I want to bring up the debate chairman, Chris Sharps.
Thank you, Art. Just a brief explanation of how things will go. Each candidate will be given a question. Each candidate in total will answer 3 questions based on their party platform or their opponent's party platform. The individual who is given the first question will speak for 2 minutes. Their opponent will follow up with a 3-minute rebuttal. And then the initial candidate will have 1 minute to respond. Total of 6 minutes on each question. Please be respectful. As we discussed yesterday morning, number 1 rule of debate is respect. Who's ready for a Federalist versus Nationalist 2016 Mountaineer Boys State gubernatorial debate? Ask you to please remain silent during the question. If at any point I'm asked to repeat the question, I'm more than happy to do so. In our debate prep session this afternoon, I reviewed a question with both candidates, and we discussed how the proceedings will work. Our first question this evening goes to our Federalist candidate. The Federalist Party has chosen to make the elimination of what you refer to as the federal government's Common Core program a key party issue. The research, time, and resources spent over the last several years in the state of West Virginia has amounted to expenditure in excess of $300 million for the development of West Virginia's Common Core standards and curriculum. The development of a new curriculum would cost in excess of $168 million and would cause the state to lose over $100 million in federal funding. The total cost of your party's plan would hit the state extremely hard during a time that would be very difficult for the state to balance the budget. The question: how would your party fund the repeal of the Common Core at an overall cost nearing $600 million? And what process would you use to develop and implement new curriculum and content standards?
All right, that's a pretty tough question. Not gonna lie, I kind of blanked out for half of it, but I'm still here. All right. So, first of all, I'd like to say that the we're all in school, right? We have to deal with Common Core. You guys like it? No, it sucks. All right. So, for the funding for it, it would cost a lot. However, this goes to another one of our party's platforms. The legalization of marijuana would lead to several $1 million in taxation money. This taxation money could go towards schools. And, all right, think about this. You know, you have your West Test or whatever it is now. They keep renaming it, you know? All right, so I was talking to my principal about a month ago about this. And he said that what they're trying to pass would replace Common Core, and West Test will be replaced with ACT. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have taken the ACT or plan to take it. You guys know how expensive it is, right? Wouldn't you like to do that for free? Don't you guys like money? Yeah, exactly. More money to the taxpayers, more money for schools through marijuana, and then the ACTs, yep, and then the ACTs would be able to replace the Common Core, and it would most likely benefit education greatly. Because, you know, we're 48th in the state in education. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yes, in the state. In the country, sorry. Yeah, we're 48th in the country. All right, and that is all.
Alright, so I'm going to start by telling you guys a story. Okay, so I was on my bus going to school, and there was like this like third grader or something sitting there. I sat next to him, and I looked at him like, "What you doing?" He said, "Math homework." And he showed me this piece of paper, and it was like, "What's 5 plus 5?" And then he's like, "Can you help me?" I'm like, "Well, it's 10." He's like, "Well, how'd you do that?" And, you know, I told him how I counted on my fingers. And he was so amazed by that because they're teaching him to do all sorts of crazy stuff with like squares and circles and triangles just to find 5 plus 5. And we don't need that. We need to go back to the old system. It worked just fine. And it won't cost us a dime to go back to it because we already made the old system. So that's how I feel about Common Core. And I don't know if you guys feel the same. You guys feel the same? Yeah. All right. There you go.
All right, so first of all, I would like to refer back to the question, and the question stated, how would you fund this and how would it benefit? I gave a prime example of it, and I believe it to be the best way. Also, I would like to add that geometry is a necessary part of the math curriculum, and we definitely should keep geometry.
Our next question is for the Nationalist candidate. The Nationalist Party has chosen to focus on Head Start, K-12, vocational technical, and higher education. A major issue with 2002 law mandating access to universal pre-K that became fully realized by the 2012-2013 school year was a lack of legislative appropriation to fund the initiative. Counties did not receive a single additional dollar to implement the new mandate. By having such broad initiatives to reform the entire educational system in the state, how will you, as governor, lead this initiative and assure it has proper funding to create the desired reforms?
Education is really important because without education, you will not be able to get jobs that will help you prosper. And if you can't prosper, you can't help other people prosper. And here in West Virginia, education should be the centerpiece to help us keep it in the state and prosper here. And I say that we tax the dope heads here so that we can take the money from them and give it to people that'll actually use it here to benefit the state. And that's how I feel on that subject.
All right. First of all, I would like to say, dang, Daniel, good points. All right. I agree with him completely on the funding. Just as the last question, I plan to fund it through the taxation of marijuana. Of course, you'd have to start with the legalization of marijuana, which would lead to solving other problems, which I'm sure I'll come across later. The taxation would then lead to education money, and it says here, K-12 and Head Start and vocational technical higher education. I think a lot of the state's money should definitely go to early education, like preschoolers, kindergartners, because, all right, so I like to think I'm relatively smart, you know. I would like to also give a lot of that to my grandfather. When I would visit my grandparents' house, I would just kind of sit on the couch, and my grandpa would make me read off these math cards, and it made me so mad. You don't understand. As a 3-year-old reading 9 times 12 on a card, I'm freaking out because I think I'm not going to get dinner or something, if you know. But honestly, it made me a better man, it made me a better student, and I believe that it helped. Your brain develops most when you're young. Devoting a lot of the taxpayers' money to the young education program would slowly lead to increased education throughout the entire system.
Hey, since his idea is pretty much the same as mine, I have nothing bad to say about it. And even if it was different, any idea is a good idea. So, there we go.
In many parts of the state, this question is for the Federalist candidate. In many parts of the state, roads have become impassable due to heavy equipment traffic from the increased hydraulic fracturing activities. The Federalist Party has chosen to advocate for no tax increases on natural gas and oil within the state, as well as improving the infrastructure, and discontinue patching and other temporary low-cost repair methods in favor of long-term, higher-cost repairs of higher quality. With the state budget in crisis and roadways impassable, what is your short-term solution to making roadways passable once again and allowing residents, commerce, and industry to be safe and navigable on state roadways?
All right, so not gonna lie, when we were in the Federalist like party thing up there talking about this, my mind wasn't in it. All right, so I had to actually do some research on this one, some pretty heavy research, and what I found was that the oil and gas companies are not being taxed, but they are required to have a permit if they are using the roads. And what often happens is that permit money tends to go to more populated areas than where it is. Well, I don't think that's really fair to the little guy in the little area. I think that all the funding from that permit should go to the roads in the area where the damage is happening. This would be a short-term and hopefully a lifetime term solution to the problem. Thank you.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but where I live, everywhere you see, there's either a dip in the road or the road's kind of humped up with a little black spot. And, I mean, it's kind of a pain to drive over because you're driving all at once, and the vehicle kicks up a little bit. And you think that instead of taking their money and spending it on just covering up the problem, you know, literally covering up the problem, you'd think that they'd, you know, reconstruct the roads because, I mean, over in Europe and stuff, they've got brand new roads and everything, and here in the United States, we should be the best nation in the world, and instead our roads aren't as good as those in Europe. So I don't know what to say, but we need to fix the problem.
Well said.
Columbine, Sandy Hook, Paducah, Aurora, Sacramento, Orlando. The list goes on and on. And today, here in our own state of West Virginia, with an active shooter killing 3 in Morgan County. Mass shootings seem to have become so much a part of the American story. The Nationalist Party has chosen to advocate for gun control through classes, background checks, and common sense. With the increased ability to open carry having just recently become law in West Virginia, what will you do as governor to prevent the tragedies that seem to have become so much a part of our daily life as Americans? All the while, balancing the provisions afforded by the Second Amendment constitutional rights.
Well, during the Wild West days, everybody pretty much had a gun. There's always somebody getting killed, whether it was over something as someone calling someone a name and they just drawed it and shot them, or they actually was protecting somebody, protecting their land, or whatever. And today, many people don't carry guns. I mean, you don't see people carrying guns all the time. But the way that we could probably prevent this is to allow guns for more people, but the right people. We don't need crazy people getting guns. All right? Because an assault rifle is not made to hunt deer, it's made to keep people in line, particularly the government. Thank you.
All right. That's a lot of good points, because we're all Americans. We love our guns. We like shooting things. You know, it's fun. Not people, of course. Not people. I believe that, yes, we should definitely require all gun owners to either take a class or have passed some sort of inspection on their state of mind. I don't think it's not smart to give somebody who's mentally unstable a gun which has the power to kill anyone. It's just not right. And I do support full gun ownership to anyone who has shown precautions and preliminary studies, I guess. All right, thank you.
Background checks on guns do not keep rightful citizens like me and you from having a gun. It keeps people with, records of, I guess you could say violence, being mentally unstable from having guns, because, those are the type of people doing these shootings. An honest guy like us who works for a living, tries to have a wife, kids, he isn't going to go out and shoot up a place to ruin his reputation. So, background checks for mentally unstable.
Our next question for the Federalist Party candidate. Both parties are united in their belief that marijuana should be legalized in West Virginia. This is a two-part question. What benefits will the state realize from the legalization of marijuana? And what specific policies in regard to the legalization will you advocate as governor?
All right, so first of all, I'd like to start off with a fact. West Virginia is one of the worst states in the nation when it comes to heroin abuse. Heroin is awful. It kills so many people on a daily basis. And the drug problem in the U.S., the drug problem in West Virginia is a problem. However, what gets people into heroin use is if they get a hurt back, if they tear their ACL, they're immediately prescribed opiate painkillers by the doctors. All right, I don't know if all of you know what opiates are. It comes from the opium poppy plant. It is what's in heroin. It's what's in a lot of these pain pills. So a lot of these kids, not even adults are getting them too, but kids are getting these. And they're getting addicted to these pills. And when they can't afford the pills anymore, they have to downgrade to heroin, and it's killing them. So I definitely promote the medical use of marijuana in place of opiate pain pills. It would be a great benefit to the drug problem in West Virginia. What I would add as restrictions to the use of marijuana would be same as drinking. You have to be 21, you can't drive under the influence, basic things. It's just common sense.
All right. Well, marijuana can be a good thing and a bad thing. When you're a person smoking it to get high and enjoy that high, that's a bad thing. But if you're a person who has cancer or some sort of disease like chronic seizures and you smoke it and it keeps you from getting those chronic seizures and it helps kill your cancer, that can be a good thing. And legalizing it here can help those people, and it can also get the people that's using it as a bad thing. We can tax those dope heads, raise the money, and support it for education. Thank you.
Daniel made all very good points. I pretty much agree with them all, so there's nothing necessarily for me to argue here.
Our final question of the evening. Issues of equality are very high in the average American's thoughts at this particular period in history. The Nationalist Party has chosen to advocate for equality. What issues of inequality do you see facing the state of West Virginia in the modern era? And what policies will you advocate as governor to advance equal rights, equal protection under the law, and fair and equal treatment in all circumstances?
To be honest, I don't even know why this should be a question, because segregation and people being racist, it should have stopped a long time ago, okay? And it happening today. When it happens and I see that stuff happening today, it really makes me angry, because like I said, we're all the same, we're all people. There shouldn't be any people going around, you know, just being racist or sexist. I mean, but we need to push equality for both male, female, and those who choose to be transgender, and both all races. And thank you.
I'd like to start off by pointing out that a Civil Rights Act a long time ago ended segregation everywhere. So I would also like to point out that, of course, racism is wrong. Racism and sexism and all that stuff, it's something that should just be breeded out of the American culture by now. It's something that we as humans should have already surpassed to evolve. I think that we should just raise awareness of this through several public events. There's parades, there's all sorts of things we can do. We just need to raise awareness and let people know that everyone's just a person, just trying to do their best and get by. Thank you.
I completely agree with what he said. We're all just people. We're all pretty much built the same, made the same, we go the same, and we live about the same. But what matters is how we choose to go about with what we have in our bodies. And if you choose to use your body to make fun of someone else's body, then that is just wrong. And yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. So you've reached a decision point here at Mountaineer Boys State. It's your state. It's your government. The future of your government has been presented to you here this evening. How you choose to cast your ballot is up to you. At this time, we're going to begin dismissing. And to review that procedure, we have Administrator Randall Koshes.
All right. I'd like all of the election workers that were dismissed first last night to stand up, exit the building, go out, not the center, but go out to the left and right, and proceed to the Greenbrier room so you can vote first.